All right, let's go ahead and get started. I just want to welcome everybody to today's Social Jack Flash class. These Flash classes are designed to give you a lot of lessons in a short amount of time. We have over 450 people registered for today. And as mentioned earlier, for those that you were on earlier, we want to welcome those of you that are new and welcome those of you back that have been with us for quite some time. I see Shirley and a lot of friends on here that have been with us over the years. We've been around with Social Jack for over 9 years now, and Forward Progress, the parent company, for I think 15 or 16 years. I lose count. But anyway, I just want to welcome everybody. And we are committed to your influence. So today's all about how to rock your personal brand. And I know everybody is at a different point of this journey, trying to figure out how to be, maybe even a micro influencer or a thought leader within your industry. So we're going to dig into that today, and we have a lot of cool things to talk about. So I'm going to jump right into it. So with that being said, those of you that don't know me, my name is DeLisle. I'm founder and CEO of Forward Progress and the creator of Social Jack, an influencer development platform where you can learn. There's coaches available. You can subscribe. We have workshops. We have programs that are 90-day sprints, where if you want to have us assist you with any of that cool stuff, some people like to learn and do it themselves, and some people like to have it done for them. So it depends where you're at in finances and your journey of building out your influence. But we're going to take you through the program that we use today to actually build influence for others and show you how we do it a little bit behind the scenes. So this is sort of a cool time for you to see our process. And those of you that have been around know that I am known for my social selling course, personal branding courses, event marketing and production, and influencer development. Those are my commitments and passions out in the world, and typically in the B2B space. Now, we do have folks on the team here that handle B2C and all those good things. We leave that up to them. You're on the GoToWebinar interface. In the questions area, don't forget to ask questions. Shirley's already been typing in there. Those of you that have been with us know that we give prizes to those that engage with us on polling questions, as well as in the questions area. So real quick, just type in where you're checking in from today. What city, state, or country are you in today? And please type that in now into the questions area. So we have some local folks here in Chicago and Wheeling. Adair, Nashville, Tennessee, welcome. We have Laura, Houston, Chicago, Houston, Texas, Hoffman Estates, North Carolina. We have Canada, welcome. We have Blackhawks land, which is Chicago. New Jersey, I love New Jersey. I have a lot of friends there. New York, we have LA. Good, welcome LA. We have Spain and Germany, and welcome. Livonia, welcome in. We have, oh my gosh, we have Singapore in. What time is it in Singapore? We were actually just on with a group last night. It has to be the middle of the night. So anyway, wherever you're at, welcome. And if you do have audio problems, you can click on computer audio and change it to phone call. It'll give you a number and an access code. There's also a mobile app. So welcome, there's a mobile app that you can load up and watch us on mobile app. We also put these recordings out there on the Social Jack system and on YouTube and some other places, and you'll get a follow-up email with instructions on how to get to those and the slides. Okay, so real quick, in terms of social networks and your influence, I'm going to put a polling question up. And just real quick, are you a business influencer? So let's get this going. There's a big blue screen that just popped up. If you lose our screen, you just click on the little flower at the bottom or on your taskbar, and then let's just get this going. So we usually leave these up for about 20 seconds so we can get this around. So it looks like 70% of you have chimed in. And there you go. Okay, good. So here I'm going to share this with you. So here's the reality. So we have 69% of you said yes, 23% not sure. Well, in today's world, and by definition, each and every one of you are an influencer? And we're going to get into that. So I want you to claim, and if we were to rerun this poll, make sure that you let people know that you're an influencer. Now, micro influencers are all shapes and sizes, but if you influence a buying decision, or you influence a client to take a left instead of a right, or if you influence people to even change something within themselves. Some of you are coaches and trainers. That makes you a business influencer. So congratulations, you're all influencers. So if somebody asks you, are you an influencer? Heck yeah, I'm an influencer. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's keep rocking. So social media, those of you that are new, we treat it as if it's an event. I have a long history of events, thousands and thousands of events involved over the years, even starting in my youth with local events, church events, things like that, community events. And one of the things that is a pattern that we see is that when you log in to LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, it's an assembly of people that are having a conversation. And in many cases, they are in clusters, hubs, or groups, therefore creating an event. And they're there with the intent to meet people and talk to people. And that's why we coach you on engaging with us as practice for that engagement process, because we know that that produces the results. And so earlier, I just asked if you're a business influencer, and it's a necessary skill, as we talked about. And so you don't have to be a manager or a salesperson. I believe as long as you're a professional and you're influencing others in some sort of a transferable skill, and we do this unconsciously sometimes as part of our job. I'll tell people when they're stuck about writing, about thought leadership and things like that, look at your outbox in your email. You probably write at least 5 blog posts a day. How many emails do you handle a day? I'm sort of curious. I just typed that into the questions area. So I'm always funny to hear this question come out. But how many emails do you handle? Yeah, we have 200, 100, over 100. Too many. I lost count. And some of you are lucky. You probably have a personal assistant or somebody help. Yeah, lots and lots, right, Len? Shirley Miller, 200 or more. Okay, you're right up there with me, Shirley. So the idea is that we are constantly giving advice, giving direction. So that's where the influencer comes from. Now, this is on our website. If you go to Social Jack and Programs, don't worry, you can reference this, but we're going to take you through the pieces of developing influence. And I know Len and some of the others on here have taken our class, and some of you are coming to our class in Chicago. It's the last one of the year where we actually go through and drive this to the next level and help you tell your story. But let's get into the steps. So first thing is set goals and objectives. So when we look at this, what are your goals? So if you were going to pick one off of my screen right now, are you in charge? Do you want to be like the thought leader in your industry? Just type whatever resonates with you. Executive presence, humanizing your brand. Maybe you're responsible for making sure the world knows it's not just a logo, but there's people working there. That might be your objective. In marketing, a lot of times that's the new mission. Maybe you want to attract speaking opportunities, and you can just give me one word answers. You want to be a thought leader, humanize your brand. And I've got everybody driving to the end. So I can tell my salespeople or biz dev people, increase referrals and generate new business. So there you go. Attract clients. There you go, Laura. So, and whatever this looks like for you, when I'm going to give you a challenge here, is when you log in from this point forward and you're in social media, I want you to know that you are working toward thought leadership, toward executive presence, toward new business. One of the things that we do is we take you in a 20-minute a day system intentionally so that you're conscious during that 20 minutes to come out with 2 appointments, 4 appointments. You want to come out with that next thing that's going to help you, a new referral. So if you hold consciousness, because remember, the internet is disruptive. People are paid. We are paid to disrupt you in your journey of building your influence. You know, you get all involved, you get in a conversation, boom, an ad pops up, and next thing you know, you're on Amazon buying something. So that's intentional. You know, that pair of shoes or the stereo speakers pop up over and over again, all over, and follow you around until you break down and say, okay, I'm ready. So we all know this, right? So what we want to do is be focused on building relationships in our thought leadership. So the second thing that we do, well, we set the goals and objectives. So make sure you have those, and we have a goals and objectives worksheet in the Social Jack system. We have a score current status, so we score your influence. And then next thing, this is where I want to focus on a little bit today, because this is where I think people get hung up. Creating a persona for themselves and their story and their profiles digitally. So when we talk about what's your story, this is Miri Rodriguez, one of our influencers. We've worked with her over the years. She's at Microsoft, and she started out in getting into social media. Now she's the head storyteller. So we're going to give you some free access. So if I encourage you to listen to her webcast and interview with us as she tells us the key tips to storytelling. But think about some of the things on the screen here. Tap into your emotions. People want to do business with people that they what? Like, know, and trust. We've heard this over and over again. Well, there's a likability factor, which means that inside your profiles, it's not supposed to be a CV or a resume. It's supposed to be a conversation, just like an event. You walk up, people start talking to you, they are attracted to you. And then people want to know, how did you start your business? Shirley says, passionate about what they represent. They want to feel you. So that's social and emotional intelligence. So it's about getting that emotional connector, getting those neurons to fire just like when we're face to face. And you can do this through your profile. You'll see that it's very clear that Mary is smiling. She's looking into your eyes with her profile picture. You can tell she's a speaker and a coach and a mentor. And when you read her profile, you can tell she's doing that. Oh, and by the way, you can hire her. It says keynote. I cut it off there, but it says keynote speaker. And now you can tell how she makes her extra money besides Microsoft. Also list the turning points. People are fascinated how you got there. The other thing is do a mind dump. This means like have a pad of paper. I always encourage people, have a pad of paper next to your bedstand, write some of these ideas down. And right before you go to bed is sometimes where you have that collective things that might cause you to toss and turn or have crazy dreams or however you sleep. But do a mind dump at the end of the day. We call this a daily reboot, and just flush your head out and just write as if you're going to throw it in the wastebasket. Nobody's going to read it, nobody's going to blog, but do a mind dump and continue to journal your story. You'd be surprised. You know, they always say everybody has a book in them, but your story is the most important connecting thing about you. Make sure you're authentic and genuine. And we're going to send you some links here so you can get access to some of these things. And then what's your theme? Like, what do you stand for? You know, who are you? A lot of people know I'm a street guy. I was a fighter, you know, my son Jackson and I am a third-degree black belt. But I'm passionate. My parents were teachers. I'm passionate about teaching. Those of you that know me, I've probably, I don't know, I lost track. I've taught over 2,000 classes in my lifetime, and I don't even know how many total out there, but I am relentless. I stayed up last night and this morning and pulled stuff together because I want you guys to learn. So you can hear it in my voice. So I want people to look at your profile and get that part of you. Is everybody with me on this? Give me a yes if you are with me. Just type that in there. So thank you. Yes. So thank you so much. So this is what I want for you. So what are some of the other secrets? So always on the first of the month, like changing your oil or filters or whatever you do on the first of the month, make sure that you Google yourself, go 3 pages deep, fix all your profiles, and make sure your story is consistent, right? Consistent. So now all of a sudden you get to that next level, and you make sure that your if your Instagram page is, and I don't care if you have a MySpace. I know that sounds funny, but it's like if you have one, make sure it tells your story. What happens is we build these social profiles, we log in a couple times, and they show up on the internet, and they really don't consistent. So take them down, get rid of them. Yes, 3 pages deep, Shirley. That's what I said. Go 3 pages deep. You'd be surprised what you find, because there are people, actually HR departments and people that do fulfillment for contracts, they will actually start at the 3rd page and go up, because they know your best stuff is probably at the top. So that's just a little cute. So there you go. Be authentic. And make sure you look for the positive good stuff. So real quick, I'm not going to dig into the profile too deep, but when you do this, you want to make sure you have your story, put it in first person. So Joe says, after launching my career, it doesn't say after launching his career. You can tell he's an attorney and a counselor for successful family and business owners. He's an educator for wealth advisors, speaker, and author. He has books. He speaks at conferences. And so be clear in your profiles. And I always say start with LinkedIn first, because it's the biggest, and make sure you say in there what you will do for others, and be clear on your target and why and how. Why are you the best? And then also, don't leave yourself out. This is what people do. Don't leave yourself out of the equation. What do you want? What do you need? I'm looking for business owners in the Midwest that are manufacturers, whatever it is that you do, your ideal target. Tell people you're there to serve them. Now, it's a little tougher when you serve a ton of people. You have to do a little broad stroke, but be niche and committed to what you do and how you do it within your niche, even if it's not a very specific target. But if you target mid-market or Fortune 500 or small business owners, perfect opportunity for you to have the conversation when they read your profile. And the one thing that everybody leads out, don't forget to make an update to your website. Do not forget to make an update to your website when you update your profile. I can't believe the number of mismatches. So I'm not even going to go too deep into this, but there's a huge bounce rate when people get a referral, because we track this relentlessly. People get a referral. Now they go to the story on your website, they go to the story on your social media, they go to the story on your Facebook, and they see like 3 different people. And they're like, well, this person isn't very clear and they're not very committed. And they won't just look at you, they're going to look at your team. So make sure your team is consistent, make sure your team is clear, and really make sure that you're putting your very best self out there. And this whole thing, whatever pieces you have filled out, is your personal brand. You'll notice here the headline is extremely important. You'll notice that the first 4 lines are the ones that are read the most. So people should get what you do at the very top between your headline and your first 4 lines. And then you can copy this and put this into your Facebook page, because you can have a headline in there now, and you can have a summary in there now. So do your best writing here, copy and paste, and put it in other social media sites. Twitter is not as forgiving in there. And make sure you measure, in terms of your personal brand. So what is the next piece that we're going to do? So now that we got your story down and we have your profile, and your personal brand begins to tell the story, now it's time to connect the people. A lot of you have seen my diagram on this, where I tell you about the 3 degrees of separation. So this means that when you add one person, and let's say, who's your ideal connection? If I were going to give you a referral at the end of this webinar, and I were going to say, I'm going to introduce you to, who would it be? Would it be business owners? Would it be business owners in what industry, what size company? Maybe it's CFOs that you're looking for, CMOs. Maybe it's other types of clients. Maybe it's small business owners. You should always know this like that. And so type that in. I'm sort of curious who you're looking for, and I'll use this. Shirley is in the health business. She wants to help people who want to feel better. This is your chance to get a referral from me. I would type in your ideal target if you want. So we're always here to help. We think sometimes we help too much. So type in who you're looking for right into that questions area. Small business owners in Chicagoland. So Daniel, I got a ton of them. So we can help you out. So let's see. Oh, Bill's IT in the C-suite. Isley is, Roger is LOs, Laura is professional services, John is small to medium-sized business owners, And curious if there are certain industries. Karen put in small business owners in Chicagoland that would benefit by trading with other business owners. So people that are maybe a little strapped for cash and want to have the benefit of trading in there. And Meredith says ditto, John. Okay, good. So Meredith and John should get together and do what we call social teaming. So what is that? So that is whereby which you work together on the internet. Coleman is successful real estate agents in US and Canada. So in this, you can see that 387. Now I'm going to guess that all of you have at least 387 contacts, if not just in LinkedIn, throughout the internet. So in this, if you see 387 just on LinkedIn, you have by 2 degrees 6.4 million people. 6.4 million people between your network, your connections, the groups you belong to. On average, 387 equals 6 million. That's a pretty good number. It's easy math to do. And people, here's the thing: when you're not logged in to any of your social networks, your network is networking. Okay. So there you go. All right, I'm told I'm 20 minutes in, so I'm just getting excited. I want to tell you guys everything, but actually I'm going to give you access to some extra classes if you're okay with that. So for free, so you don't have to buy them. Okay, so now we get in, and the big power move is to add other influencers. So part of social teaming is not to add people with you that are on the same journey and to grow together, but you know that I've done a lot of things with Mike O'Neill, JD Gershbein, Wayne Breitbarth. They're all influencers in the LinkedIn space. We run in packs. We know it works. We help each other. We borrow things from each other. We give things to each other, and we learn from each other, and we grow together. Okay, so think of that. We grow together. So this is something where you're not operating alone. So we always say connect up. Make sure you connect up. Okay, the next thing is conversation is key. You wouldn't go to a networking event and not talk to anybody. So every like, every comment is worth 8,000 views on average in a good LinkedIn network or Twitter network. Power of 8,000 to 1. Facebook is a little lower because of their algorithms, but yesterday they announced a change. Make sure you listen to yesterday's Influence Factory. Write that down. myinfluencefactory.com. That's our webcast. Make sure you check out yesterday's podcast on that. So we learned that Facebook is going to open up the business pages again. Are you guys excited about that? You didn't even know you were going to hear that today. And then if you share things, that's the power of the 6 million people in your network that get to see the things that you share. So if you take an influencer like Spencer X. Smith and I share that into my network, they're like, oh, Dean and Spencer are connected. Oh, Dean is working with Spencer and Spencer will like it and have a comment about that. Now all of a sudden, people are seeing the relationship and I'm picking up more followers and views by the millions. Pretty easy, huh? Okay, last but not least, and then I'll get into a couple cool things at the end here and then take some questions. Have your questions queued up, start typing them in. Okay, the other thing is to make sure you measure, measure, measure. Now, we talked about goals in the beginning. Some of you said thought leadership. Some of you said humanizing the brand. There's ways to track that. Some of you said you want more business, more clients. So if you have more clients, break it down in the lowest common denominator. Within 20 minutes of work, and we actually take the 20 minutes a day and break it down into 5 minutes. So when you're sitting there and within the 5-minute span, you're gonna get at least one referral or one appointment. If you hold that intention, even if I don't show you all the power moves, if you take the little bit I showed you today, you will get an appointment within that 5 minutes. If you don't hold that intention, you're not going to get that. It's a fact. It's just how it works. So make sure you measure your results. That is so key. Okay, so how do you do that in LinkedIn? Well, there's a couple of easy things, and I'll change screens here in a minute and show you a couple LinkedIn things too if we have a few extra minutes. And Jackson, queue up winners. I want 2 winners. I want somebody who came in early and somebody who engaged the most to at least win today, and then I may pick one more. So here, as we measure results, we want to look at the goals. So we want to look at who's looking at us. Are we attracting the right people? So those of you that said, you wanted to attract certain business owners. Some of you said businesses with 10 to 200. John, this is awesome. 10 to 200 employees, 3 to 5 years in business, 1 to 20 million in revenue. That is so clear. Actually, I have a cool business scoring system that will score leads for you, and it's dirt cheap. So if you guys want access to that system, say, Dean, give me the scoring system. Just type that in there, and we'll circle back around with you. So now if we look at this, we want to know that the right people are looking at us. We also want to look at who's engaging with us. Jackson, I'm going to break protocol here and go to my LinkedIn screen. Sorry, I know I get yelled at for this all the time, but that's all right. Okay, so if I look at this, views of my article, who's viewed my profile? So now I can actually see, not only am I up or down, and if I have the premium version, I can look 90 days back. Here's people, 10 people work at GE Healthcare. We're working on a project with them. 45 interesting views, right? So now we have people that are looking, and I have the opportunity to not just see them, but go talk to them. If you're on the free version, you can only see 5, but you know, there you go. So it's you know, but you could log in every day and at least connect to 5 of them. So this is an easy measure. Are they the right people? The other thing is, like, who's looking at your stuff? Who's engaging with you? So now all of a sudden you can look at posts and activity. And I'm going to come back in a minute and show you a couple other cool things that not a lot of people know, but I do have to get back onto my program here so I don't leave anything out. So, but don't forget to measure. So as you're measuring appointments, proposals, and sales, in our social selling, we cover this. Now, LinkedIn has a cool free thing. A cool free thing. So social selling index, write that down. You're going to Google LinkedIn social selling index, and they give you a free score. They even tell you not only where you stand, but where you stand in your industry, in your network, and by each section. So look at this, establishing your personal brand. Are you consistent? So they give you a score. Find the right people. Do you have the right collection of consistent people? Yeah, Roger says people love this. He loves sharing this with his sales team. Engage with insights. Are you engaging with each other? And then build relationships. So you'll see here, build relationships is up. And at the time I was on a coaching call, and Sonic Sphere is an audio branding company. They're the best in the country. And their sales team is engaging and generating appointments and referrals at a pace of 1 every 5 minutes because they're following our social selling. So super cool stuff, huh? So, I mean, how about that? It is so cool. So now as we look at this, so I want to know real quick, I'm going to put a polling question up here, and it says, does your digital self represent your story? I'm not going to call you out. I can't tell who's clicking on what. They can tell on the back end. I can't tell. So yes and not sure. You guys are 50-50. All right. So check this out. So real quick. So you guys were at 50-50 with 60% in. So are you ready to kick it up to the next level? Of course, you know, we do a ton of training. We have our last class of the year coming up, and I know not everyone can make it to Chicago. So here's what we're going to do. We have never done this before. You don't have to buy anything. I'm just going to show you what we did. Jackson, I don't even think you know about this, or Joe. So at socialjack.com, you click here and you click on member login. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to give an email. You basically go to SocialJack member login. And if you're a member, you get access to all the classes, 400 classes, search, find what you want, Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter. Mary Rodriguez, storytelling, how to build your LinkedIn profile, all that stuff is in here. Plus our social selling system. For a brief period, you can just access all of that as a member. And there's a 14-day free trial. But let's say you don't want to do the free trial. Dean, I'm tired of free trials, and I don't want to give my credit card or even my login information. If you go to member login, you don't have to log in. So now you don't have to click login. You just go to this socialjack.com, you click on member login, and when you log in, we're going to give you access to all of our influencer interviews, plus how to generate new clients. Hey folks, you wanted the scoring system? go to Social Jack, it's free. LinkedIn plus TiVo equals new clients, and then tell me you want me to, tell you more about it. I'll connect you up. It's like I'll get you a free trial on the scoring system for leads. It's amazing. Okay, now you have over here, webinar, use influencer marketing to fill your next event. You get all this stuff. So, I mean, it's cool, right? So you get access to all that stuff for limited time, but at least go in and it's all you can eat. I just gave you a free ticket to the educational buffet of Social Jack. How many people are excited about that? Say, this is great, Dean, or something, so I know I did a good job here. So thanks, Laura. I like the encouragement. All right. Now, those of you that are in Chicago, and some of you still have credits, with us in training and things like that. So make sure you get a hold of us. We're half full, and now we're going to blast. The early bird ends, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. We have our Chicago workshop and networking event. Let me show you this. And right now it's a buy one, get one half off, so you can bring a friend or a team member, and that ends tomorrow. But let's just go here real quick. So in this, there's a cool video that we have on here. It's 28 days away. The date is on October 25th. It's from 1 to 4. Okay. So 1 to 4. Is my sound okay? Somebody said my sound went off. It shouldn't be me. No, it's showing my sound is good. So it's from 1 to 4. Here's what we're going to do. You guys are not going to believe this. So we jam building your story. So the workshop is the 8-step program, scoring your success. We're going to score you. Goals and objectives. Yes. So 1 to 4. Hold on. I'm going to get you there, Allison. Goals and objectives, creating your story. And we're going to cover, everything from 1 to 5. We're going to help you build your story. We're going to help you build your network. You're going to connect to people, generate appointments right in the room. Those of you that have been with us know how we do this. So we have like a referral rally type thing. So everybody is exchanging referrals. And when you register, you fill out some profile information and we'll match you up. Sorry, no dating. That's all on your own. This is business dating. From 5 to 7, we do a networking event. We bring in Lou Malnati's Pizza. Those of you that love Chicago, we love Lou's. Who likes Lou Malnati's? It's awesome pizza. Cocktails, and you guys get to celebrate 1 to 7. A little hint, sometimes we go longer. We also will give you, you'll leave with an updated LinkedIn profile, new connections, live introductions, tools, and a proven system to launch your brand. So buy one, get one half off, and the early bird ends in there. So real quick, while I got you, just in case you missed the URL, we're going to bring it up. But if you're interested in the workshop, click on one of the buttons now so we make sure, because once this sells out, it sells out. We have a capacity in our space, as some of you guys know. We can only fit 50 people in the room, and we're at 25. Oops, I just was told 27. So just click on there real quick. So you're going to go to socialjackinfluencer.com. And when you go there and you click on the tickets for socialjackinfluencer.com, and I'll let you guys click one more time here, and then I'm going to give you a couple other bonus items here as well. So you click yes, register me now. I'll show you this in a minute. Okay, I'm going to cut this off right now. All right. So now when I click yes, register me now, you'll notice it goes into Eventbrite. And so don't pay the $4.97. And if you go to individual, buy one, get one half off. It'll let you register 2 people, right, for this $3.59. So basically it's that easy. You don't even need a coupon code, but it ends tomorrow. It ends tomorrow. John, you're going to be in Cancun, so I think we should do one there. That's a great idea. So that's awesome. Here's the thing. We have a new social selling class. You're the first ones to know this. If you register for this workshop, you absolutely get the social selling class for free. It's a $395 social selling class. It's all virtual, so you get that for free. So if you come to the Chicago workshop, that's what you get. And we have hotels and all that stuff, and heavily discounted parking and all that cool stuff. So I think it's only $10 or something like that to park downtown. We're right by the trains, right next to the train station. We'll be holding it in 2019, but make sure you get on our waiting list. Yes, Laura. Okay. And we can come out and do it for your company. So whether it's social selling or it's influencer development for your executives or your team, just let us know if you're interested in that as well. All right. So we have this. So let's cover a couple assignments and then I have our winners queued up. All right, so don't forget you are an influencer. What will you do for others? What do you want or need? Put that into your profile summary. And now you're ready to go. Know what your goals and your outcomes are. Your intend to convert when you log in. Go to Social Jack for free, socialjack.com. Go to member login. Don't even log in. Just go grab some stuff. Provide value, be present, practice your power moves. And then one last question as I announce our winners, in case you want any of this other stuff. We do LinkedIn profile build service. Scouting and drafting is LinkedIn appointment setting. So we actually set appointments for you in LinkedIn. Coaching and training, content creation. We have a great team. And then monthly social media. So now I'm going to look at a couple questions in here and who is our winners? Let's see. Our two winners are Adair Stephen. Do I have that or is it Stephen Adair? I'm sorry, I think it's Adair Stephen. And then Karen Kelly is our two Starbucks gift card winners. And I'm going to stay on for a few extra minutes and answer some of these questions. But congratulate our winners. Come on, that's pretty good. Starbucks gift cards are coming your way. Now we have a rule with this. If you're new, you must share something that you learned today. So something that you learned today, share with someone that you're having a cup of coffee with. Be an influencer, teach others what you know. This is such an incredible thing that if you start teaching people, you are an influencer coach out of the gate, because look at your newfound knowledge just from today. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this polling question off. And let me answer a couple questions here. Coleman asked, how do I attract top producing real estate agents that would look at a better business model? I would also like to find people that are considering selling or buying a home nationwide. So those are two audiences. So I've done this. I've done this quite a bit with real estate agents. Or I used to, actually, I'm part owner still of a real estate company in San Francisco. So Coleman, basically, I would say education. So the thing with top producing real estate agents is they get offered a lot of education. As I look at the ones that are out there, what I would entice them to do is to pair up tools that you have with that. And it sounds like you have a better business model, but I would also give them tools. Real estate agents are really enticed by tools. Most salespeople are. That's why I said if you guys are interested in a scoring system, we have access to one that we're using. I'll share that with you offline and get a demo or free trial if you guys want. And there's scored lead. There's like over 1 million companies in there. So people like stuff like that. And then I would also like to find people that are considering selling or buying a home nationwide. So when you say nationwide, I'm guessing they're on the move. So that's my thought, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. Let's get, when we got our winners, I'm going to put my social media channels up here too, in case for Social Jack and myself, in case you want to follow. And you can connect to me on LinkedIn. Okay, let's take a couple more questions. I know I'm running over. And I'm Jackson. I think I gave away everything I was supposed to give away, right, to our winners. Okay. When it comes to accepting a connection on LinkedIn, if you don't want to connect with someone because you don't know them, there's no connection, well, not connecting. Yeah, so I just say just ignore it. I mean, honestly, or ask the person, so when you get this, just ask the person, is there a reason you want to connect? I mean, it's just like, I made the dating reference earlier, but it's like, why do you want to connect? What do you see? Do we have something in common? Is there something that you see us how working together? Things like that. Um, so hopefully that helps, Shirley. Somebody's asking, how do I get to that Social Jack thing again? Let me take you here. Go to Social Jack. Hopefully I didn't make you dizzy with all those screens. And when you log in, it'll ask you, let's see if I can pull up, I might have the anonymous version here. When you go in and you're not logged in, let's see if I can get this over to this screen. There you go. So when you're not logged in, you'd see that I'm not logged in. You can actually scroll and get to all this free content down below. Oops, sorry. There you go. Thanks, Allison. So now when you go to the Social Jack and you click the login, it'll take you to app.socialjack.com. You don't have to log in, and you get like all these cool interviews, you get all these cool classes, you even get, I think this is an actual downloadable PDF here of a lot of good content on how to throw a successful event. So is that good, Allison? Did you see that? Are we good now? Just want to make sure I'm not covering up stuff. I think we're good. Thumbs up, thank you. All right, with that being said, did everybody learn something new? Are you going to put it into practice? What's one thing you're going to put into practice? So give me the one thing, the one thing you're going to do differently from this moment forward that you heard. I know I had to go fast on some of this stuff and I ran over, I apologize. Where do I put the name on the waiting list? Just tell us that you want to be on the waiting list, Laura. We got you. So you're on the waiting list. You'll get notified first. Google and 3 pages deep. Good, Shirley. Karen's going to try the premium LinkedIn. Make sure you go to Social Jack. We actually have how to take advantage of that too, so you're not just paying and not using. Scott, have an amazing week. Good to see you on here. Yes, Bill's going to review his LinkedIn profile, and then every few weeks, check 3 deep. John is going to improve the clarity of his LinkedIn message. John, I love that. And I think, John, you wanted to talk with me afterwards, so we'll find a time for sure. Len, continue working with us. We love you, Len. Len is like the most amazing entrepreneur, and he's come up with this amazing way to just reinvent and reinvigorate and relaunch your system. It's a company. It's like pretty cool stuff. So watch for Len. He's going to be launching that soon. Yes, it's recorded. I'm watching the recording button, Coleman. You will automatically get a copy later today, probably 6 hours after, 7 hours after, because we have a couple more webcasts. Start with an update of your LinkedIn profile and Navigator currently, and enjoy this SSI feature. Good, the Social Selling Index, but more info about improving the better. Remember, be focused. What's your outcome? Be outcome based. And Coleman says he has an appointment in the next 5 minutes. So good. Oh, that's right. You're expecting to get one every 5 minutes. That's perfect. All right, man. So everybody is good to go. So go practice. Put this into practice. You all have phones in your hand. You're going to be on LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook. Be intentional. You're an influencer. Influence your network and attract people to come to you so you don't have to chase so much. All right, everybody, from everybody here at Social Jack headquarters, it was great to be with you again, and watch for the recording. And I can't wait to see a lot of you at the upcoming Chicago workshop. So with that being said, we'll see you online. Take care, everybody.